The teams then, Juventus against Barcelona. It's John Champion with you today, and alongside me, top analyst Jim Beglin.
Well, I think we're very fortunate to be sitting here watching this one, John. I'm really looking forward to what should be a really exciting match.
Here are the starting lineups. In goal, it's Buffon, Tevez, Morata providing the goal-scoring threat. And now Barcelona, Bravo in goal. Messi, Neymar, Luis Suarez tasked with scoring goals. Here we go then. Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, Iniesta, Neymar, Luis Suarez. Oh, not afraid to get physical. He's bursting forward, and there's a goal.
And some of the best managers I played for insisted on starting games as you mean to go on. And we've just seen a very important opening goal from an extremely talented individual who looks primed for more. He really does look at it.
He was never going to decline an invitation like that.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
Juventus have been caught cold early on. Chiellini. Lichtsteiner. Vidal. Pogba. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. It's Tevez. Tevez! Cleared away to safety. Chiellini. Evra. Chiellini. Tevez. Defence is there to deal with it. Vidal. It's played through. Pumps it upfield. Through into space it goes. The defence does its job. They get it away. Rakitic. Luis Suarez, forward it goes. Here's Neymar, he makes his way towards the penalty area. No luck again, just like last time.
Barcelona have been enjoying as good an attacking spell as you could wish for, and yet they've been incredibly wasteful. I mean, they could have wrapped it up by now, and it's not going right for them.
Here's Neymar. He's being hassled and harried here. Chipped over the defence. Tevez! Good attempt with the volley.
And it was certainly struck well enough. That was beautiful contact.
Pirlo is poised to deliver. Defence able to get it away. Luis Suarez, who a few moments ago made his mark on this game. Jordi Alba. Daniel Alves. Messi. Sergio Busquets. It's Iniesta. He plays it through. Through on his own. He's on his way. Messi, you have to admire that control. Messi, Pirlo. He's playing it through. An important interception. Things were starting to look dangerous. Mathieu. Rakitic. Spooned forward. Going forward. Vidal. Plays it through. And he finds a bit of space here. Possibility for a shot. Nicely fed in. Right idea. Wrong execution.
And that all stems from great vision, you know. What a delightful little ball over the top that was.
He's unlucky not to score there.
The keeper was completely wrong-footed there, and he'll be relieved that that shot didn't stay on target.
Well intercepted, saw the danger and got to it. Vidal. Daniel Alves. Here's Luis Suarez. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. Here's Luis Suarez. Looking to exploit the space. He's onside. Morata. Tevez. That was certainly struck well enough. A good delivery essential here. Cleared by the defence. The ball's with Marquisio. Pass cut out. Iniesta. Rakitic. Daniel Alves. Whistle goes. Referee just gives the throw. Juventus, the ball, but not being very threatening with it. The idea was good, but the pass needed to be better.
Well, he needed to be much more precise, but that was very short on quality into the middle.
Jordi Alba. Here's Luis Suarez. He's looking to find his front men. And the through ball is intercepted. Piqué. Half-time is now upon us.
Not the most convincing of displays. They could certainly do much better than this. They'll want to keep things simple, build up their confidence and not rush into mistakes.
The whistle goes for the second half. Mathieu. Iniesta. It's Messi. Oh, it's come through. The ball is with Messi. Rakitic. Juventus have possession again. Piqué is there to clear. Vidal. Morata. They have another go. And it's a really well-taken goal.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
That's the instinct of a goal scorer.
Well, they can count themselves a little fortunate there. The ball took a big deflection and he pounced on it to score.
Game restarts with the scores level again.
Well, in a tight game like this, there was always going to be little to separate them, but he really made that count.
It's Neymar. The ball goes through. Luis Suarez. He's onside here. Luis Suarez. Opportunity for a goal. Vidal. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger. Sergio Busquets. Rakitic. Sergio Busquets. Jordi Alba. Through ball over the top. Danger averted for the time being. Juventus still contemplating when to use their one remaining substitute. Pirlo gives away a free kick. That was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card. Pogba. Piqué. Sergio Busquets. Mathieu. Rakitic. Evra. No getting it through there. He knew what was coming. Slides it through. Messi. That is wayward.
Yeah, the first touch was the thing to pick out there. That was really nice, but what followed was a big disappointment, and he'll know now what he needs to work on.
Mathieu. Jordi Alba. That's a clever ball from him. Mathieu. Rakitic. Cuts it out. Sergio Busquets. Luis Suarez. Play surges forward. Here's Messi. Neymar. Tried to play it through. Intercepts the pass. Goal! Juventus! Juventus turning it right around. That would have to go down as one of the sweetest strikes I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just thought he made great use of his upper body there. He would have taken something really special to keep that in.
No better way to respond to the manager's call than that.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Juventus now up by a goal.
Yeah, for me this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
No, couldn't quite break through there. Llorente lifts it over the top. It's over the top. Tevez!
Well, I think they're showing a lot of courage in looking for another goal, but if it backfires, the coach will certainly come in for some criticism. They need to keep the ball.
Daniel Alves. Messi. Daniel Alves. Xavi. It's Pogba. The opposition posing a few questions, but he's able to intercept. Long ball forward. Iniesta. Now Neymar. Here's Luis Suarez. Barcelona with a big chance and a big miss. Vidal. It's Llorente. Good through ball. Just the keeper to beat. Tevez. That could have been really special.
I think there's always that danger that the defence can get exploited in that way. That must have served as a real wake-up call to them.
The clock counting down. Victory is tantalisingly close. They're just waiting for the whistle to come. Looking to carve open the defence. He created a great chance there.
Matri showed superb vision and awareness there in executing such a delightful little chip that took out a whole defence to find the runner. Shame it just couldn't be finished off.
He was close to adding to his tally there.
Well, there's no doubt that the whole team revolves around him now. He leads by example and he's become the main pivot. Cracking player.
Adriano knocks it forward. Chiellini with an and he's given away a free kick. No surprise, it's a yellow card. Players showing some concern for the man who's still down. And the ball has been cleared. Sergio Busquets plays it to his right. An interception. Daniel Alves. That's it, the match is over. You just have to sit back and admire their resilience. They kept cool and did ever so well to keep their composure, particularly after going behind.
Well, how enjoyable was that? I love it when you get two teams giving it everything they've got. They held nothing back. Terrific stuff.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that we leave. So, here we go then. Roma against Sevilla. It's John Champion here at the microphone, and alongside me we have a top football analyst in Jim Becklin.
Well, thanks, John. Hello, everyone. Well, I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. This could be a real cracker.
The lineups for today. In goal, it's De Sanctis, Doumbia, Gervinho, Totti providing the goal-scoring threat. Away we go then. Banega. Gervinho. It's one-on-one. That is great goalkeeping. That will go behind for a goal kick. Oh, he's won it back straight from the goal kick. Gervinho. He didn't have any luck with the through ball there.
I timed this run brilliantly, and I think he has every right to be a little annoyed with the passer then, and I think he's letting him know right now about that. Just a little more behind it was needed.
Banega. Iborra. Here's Totti. Iago Aspas. Nainggolan. Bia. Banega. Kolodziejczak. Bia. Forward it goes. The forward push gains momentum. Pjanic. Gervinho. Slides it through. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. It's Pjanic. Doumbia. A shot. A goal for Roma. What are your thoughts on the goal, Jim Beglin?
Yeah, I've got great admiration for the finish, but I've even more admiration for the pass that set it up. It was delicious.
Roma satisfied currently with a one-goal lead.
Oh, they've done well to take the lead there, but they can't let their opponents back in. Have to stay focused.
It's played into space, and a much-needed intervention that was too. Banega. Fernando Navarro. Carlos Bacca. Off he goes. Iborra. Via. Banega. Iago Aspas. He plays it through. He's onside. Showing some good skills, but ultimately unsuccessful.
Well, we were unlikely to see a goal then because there were so many players crowding out that danger area. I think something very special was going to be needed.
Via. Carlos Bacca. Iago Aspas. Banega. Doumbia, who's just made his mark on this match. The idea was there, the execution wasn't. Kolodziejczak. Via. Iborra. Fernando Navarro. Kolodziejczak. Iborra. Banega. Via. Banega. De Rossi gives away a free kick. Iborra. Koke. Banega. Fernando Navarro. Well played, that got them out of trouble. Golan. Pjanic. De Rossi. It's Totti.
Totti really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner. And just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Via, just the keeper to beat, and he makes absolutely no mistake. 2 goals to the good, and they're set fair.
Roma are looking strong on the break. Winning the ball in midfield is one thing, but it's their clever use of counter-attacking. That's the real highlight.
It's 2-0.
Yeah, we've seen it before that 1-0 can be a fragile scoreline, but now that they have that extra cushion, 2 should be enough.
Banega. Iborra. There goes the whistle, and it's half-time. It's a lead, but not a decisive one. 2-0 the score. So, off we go then with the second half. It's Totti. Tries to slide it past the defence. Pjanic. Maicon. Pjanic. Totti! Another goal! They have a 3-goal advantage, and that should be enough. That really tested the strength of the net.
Well, the technique generates the power in that situation, and once power is assured, any goalkeeper's up against it.
We resume again, the score is 3-0. Via. Koke. Carlos Bacca. Banega. Fernando Navarro. Kolocsiak. Via. Whistle goes. Referee just gives the throw. This is the last of their substitutions. Kolocsiak. Iborra. Iago Aspas. Tops it upfield. Surely a goal. Palmed away. That was some strike, but the keeper matched it with a really good save. And a header. He really should have done better from that. Sevilla with a big chance and a big miss. A real tussle for the ball. Iago Aspas. Good strength, just wrestled him off the ball. It's played through. The ball's with Mbia. Mbia, he's onside here. And they can have another go. A strong challenge, but one certainly within the laws of the game. Maicon. Strootman. That's clearly not what he was hoping for. Mbia. Iago Aspas. Carlos Bacca. A stern challenge coming in. It's Totti. Strootman. Carlos Bacca. Carlos Bacca. Fine tackle, stopping him dead in his tracks. Ibora. And he concedes a free kick. They'll do well to retain the ball. He's looking to find his front men. Tremulinas. Carlos Bacca. He's bursting forward. Ashley Cole gives away a free kick. Gamero! Good hand by the keeper. Plenty to admire in the shot and in the save.
Look, we know they're behind and need something, but I just wonder whether they're getting a touch anxious with shooting from that kind of distance.
And a header. They're just missing that finishing touch.
Oh, the ball in had such good pace on it. I think the cross was an absolute peach.
Totti, a decent try, but not good enough.
He was right in front of goal and he probably should have scored, to be fair.
He wasn't far from finding the net again.
Well, there's no doubt that the whole team revolves around him now. He leads by example and he's become the main pivot. Cracking play.
Gamero. Strootman plays it long. Gamero. Here's Banega. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger.
Well, that was a really awkward one for the goalkeeper to deal with.
Florenzi. Knocks it through. Chance.
To be fair, that was tough for the keeper to handle.
The clock counting down. Mbia. Koke. Carlos Bacca. A long ball into space. The keeper there to make the catch. The time added on will be 4 minutes. Carlos Bacca. Golan. Koke. So there it is, and that concludes today's contest. Plenty of positives to take away from this game, I think, especially from the performance of the strikers. We saw some finishing of the very highest order.
Look, that's what supporters love to see. Tremendous will and spirit, crunching tackles and a real desire to attack. Nobody can feel let down by that.
This famously is known as the Theatre of Dreams, a very warm welcome to Old Trafford. The teams then, Manchester United against Chelsea. I'm John Champion and today's co-commentator is Jim Begley.
Well, thank you. I think this is a brilliant atmosphere awaiting these players today. I can't wait for this one to start.
Manchester United line up like this. In goal, it's De Gea. Rooney. Van Persie providing the goal-scoring threat. And now, Chelsea. Courtois in goal. Diego Costa tasked with scoring goals. So let's get down to business. Ably dealt with by the defence. So here comes the corner. Cahill. Matic. Knocks it through. Maybe now. That could have been really special.
Oh, that was a lovely little dink over the top just to get the runner in on the keeper, and what a pity he just couldn't produce a goal from that.
As Billy Quetta. Cahill. Ivanovic. Cesc Fabregas. As Billy Quetta. Willian, Matic, Hazard, Oscar, Smalling plays it long, cuts it out, cleared away to safety. It had the range but not the accuracy.
Well, he didn't really get hold of that one. It was a weak effort in the end. Okay, they've missed a couple of chances so far, but you can take nothing away from their spirit and desire. They look as though they wanted more.
Manchester United, very much the team with the early initiative.
Yeah, I think they've started in a very positive manner and look hungry for goals, and they'll need to capitalise on such a good spell now before we possibly see a reply from the opposition.
No side able to force a breakthrough yet. Manchester United have got possession back. As Billy Quetta. Cahill. Willian. Cesc Fabregas. Phil Jones. Raphael. He plays the ball out wide. Through into space it goes. Hazard. Chelsea have the ball, but they're not making much progress at the moment. And he's made sure that's not getting through. It's Diego Costa. Slides it through. Here's Oscar. Great tackle inside the box. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger. Here's Oscar. Smalling with the foul. Hazard. An important interception, things were starting to look dangerous. The keeper's got it. It's Rooney. A goal now would certainly liven things up. Goal! Manchester United! A resounding drive. I can't imagine he's hit many better than that.
Oh, the contact was fantastic, right on the bootlaces, and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
So we start again at 1-0.
Look, we know they're in control now, but they can't let their concentration drop, not one bit.
No getting it through there, he knew what was coming. Van Persie, they've scored on the brink of half-time to make it 1-0. Chelsea were very fortunate to get away with that there. Cesc Fabregas, Ivanovic, Willian, just the keeper to beat. Goal!
When you can produce a first touch that is as good as that, you're on a winner. And it was all done with consummate ease. That's just lovely to watch. A beautiful flow.
So we resume with the scores back level.
Well, in a tight game like this, there was always going to be little to separate them, but he really made that count.
Mata! Can he get there? Van Persie. Rooney. Right time, right place, wrong outcome.
Chelsea didn't really deal with the wide play. It was a lovely dribble down the flank, but really they've got to double up to try and stop that, and I think with the attempted goal too, they were a little fortunate.
And he wasn't far off.
I think what we're looking at here is just a very special talent, someone who can decide the outcome of a match on his own.
Van Persie, Van Persie! They were so nearly punished for their mistake. Half-time is now upon us. 1-1 as it stands, so nothing to separate them. So the second half gets underway. Matic. It's Diego Costa. Cesc Fabregas. Willian. Well intercepted, saw the danger and got to it. Oscar, Diego Costa, off he goes. Oh, he's lost it. Tries to slide it past the defence. Matic. Hazard. It's Diego Costa. Rooney. Tried to play it through.
He timed his run brilliantly, and I think he has every right to be a little annoyed with the passer then, and I think he's letting him know right now about that. Just a little more behind it was needed.
Willian. Matic. Hazard. Oscar. It's Diego Costa. Cesc Fabregas. Ivanovic. What a play it goes for throw. So from what I can see on the touchline, we're on the brink of a substitution. Diego Costa. Whacks it. Manchester United could be tempted to make changes with 2 substitutions still available. Juan Mata. Willian. Plays it through. Van Persie. Rooney. No, flags up, just wandered offside, I think. Ball forward. Pass cut out. Driven in. Off target. Hazard. Terry.
Falcao really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
That is wayward.
Yeah, with him being under pressure from a couple of opponents, I thought he showed real determination to get some sort of attempted goal, and we have to give him credit at least for that.
Terry. Cesc Fabregas. Willian. Cesc Fabregas. Azpilicueta. Cesc Fabregas. Ivanovic. Cesc Fabregas. It's Diego Costa. Smalling with the foul. Was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card. The first booking of the match. Forward it goes. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. Hazard. As Billy Quetta. This goes for a throw-in. Oscar trying to keep hold of it, but it's hardly easy. He's playing it through. No, that's not going to make it through. Cesc Fabregas. Carrick. Blint. Ivanovic. Matic. Hazard.
Well, they're controlling the game really well now, but they're just not able to find that incisive pass.
Oscar. It's Diego Costa. Willian. He's caught him there. That will see him go into the referee's notebook. Well, it would appear he's in considerable discomfort, and there's obvious concern on the faces of his teammates. The final whistle is approaching and the scores are level. Are we going to see a winner here? Cahill. He decides to shoot. Chance again! Manchester United with a big chance and a big miss. Matic. Willian. Carrick. He's looking to play it into the channel. Looking to carve open the defence. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Well, time is against them, they need to get this ball forward. And there's a foul. Oh, and he knows it, it's his second yellow, he's off. Manchester United must play the rest of this game a man short. Diego Costa, possibility for a shot. That's probably caused a few sighs. Matic wins it back. That's it, the match is over. The match ended in a draw here, a wonderful game of football for the supporters, but their team just couldn't find the win despite all their best efforts.
Well, some matches you just don't want to end, and that was one of them for me. You couldn't predict what was going to happen next. It was a great game.
And with that, it's time for me to thank my co-commentator Jim Beglin and to wish you... So, here we go then. Juventus against Napoli. I'm John Champion, and here alongside me in the commentary box is Jim Beglin.
Yeah, thanks, John. Well, we have great expectation here today for both sets of players. I mean, this match really promises something good.
Juventus start with this 11. In goal, it's Buffon. Tevez, Morata providing the goal-scoring threat. underway. Mertens. Lichtsteiner plays it into the danger area. Martial. The danger was there, he dealt with it well. Marquisio. Fauzi Ghulam. Looking to receive the ball, break could be on. Looking to exploit the space. The flag stays down. That is wayward.
Well, the defender was stuck to him like glue, but he got his efforts away. Wasn't quite enough, though. Well, that should set them on their way and get into a nice rhythm. The early signs are very encouraging now.
Vidal trying to keep hold of it, but it's hardly easy. It's Lichtsteiner. Miguel Britos is there to clear. Fauzi Ghulam. Martial. A foul, yes, referee's given it. Gargano. Martial. Higuain. That's a clever ball from him. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger. Looking to play on the break.
I think they're building the play really nicely. If they can just find the right through ball, they could be in on goal.
Juventus yet to have a shot on target. It's Pirlo. Hamšík. Bonucci with the foul. That was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card. The opposition posing a few questions, but he's able to intercept. Off he goes. The keeper there to make the catch. Vidal. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Higuain has had offside given against him. It's gone out for a goal kick. Oh, he's won it back straight from the goal kick. Well, he could have been in had that final ball been just a little better.
Well, he needed to be much more precise, but that was very short on quality into the middle.
He's going on his own. Here's Hamšík. Hamšík did well running onto the ball through, but didn't get enough of it to register a shot. Morata. Great through ball over the top. Tevez. The quality of the cross is everything in these situations. Played in accurately. Through it goes. Onside. Defending in numbers here. He plays it through. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Looking to carve open the defence. Hamšík. Goal for Napoli. What are your thoughts on the goal, Jim Beglin?
Well, we've just seen intelligent football from intelligent footballers. That's honed on the training ground and lovely when it comes off on match day.
In a comfortable position, leading by 1 goal.
Yeah, they may have got the lead, but that next goal now is absolutely crucial to the complexion of this one.
Here's Hamsik. Evra. Tevez. It's Marchisio. The ball has been cleared. Pogba. Higuain. Morata. Pogba. It's Marchisio. Higuain. Through the middle it goes. Inler has it, and he's got space. He's onside. Higuain shoots. Pogba. Inler. The whistle goes, and it's the end of the first half.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
We kick off for the next 45 minutes. Inler. Fauzi Gulam. Hamsik. Gargano. Morata. A good interception, just what they needed. It's Higuain. He was well positioned, good defending there. Pirlo. Martial. Inler. Fauzi Gulam. Hamsik. Fauzi Gulam. Mertens. A space on the flank. Aimed at the wing, and it's come through to him. Mertens. Miguel Britos is there, and he'll take the ball. Pogba. It's Vidal. Tried to play it through. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. Martial. Making good progress down the right, but finding himself devoid of options. Mertens.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes a much lesser issue.
Yes, that's a foul.
Well, if you're chasing a game, there isn't an awful lot you can do without the ball. They're not seeing enough of it, and it needs a real team effort now to sort this out.
Puts it away.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
That was a teasing finish.
Well, when you go one-on-one with the keeper, you can't afford any indecision. And that was decisive and clinical.
The game restarts with the scores level again.
Well, in a tight game like this, there was always going to be little to separate them, but he really made that count.
Inler. Miguel Britos looking to receive the ball. Break could be on. And a much needed intervention that was too. Oh, that's a neat escape. Hamšík. They were so nearly punished for their mistake.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
An unfair challenge deemed a foul. And they escape imminent danger. Juventus. Lifts it through, played through the middle. Pogba couldn't quite get it through that.
Look, if he wants that ball to make it, then he has to pass it with a bit more zip. I think he knew as soon as it left his boot, it was going to be cut out. Just lacked a little more power.
Pogba. Bonucci. Tevez. An important interception, things were starting to look dangerous. It's Hamšík. Llorente. Maggio. Miguel Britos looking to receive the ball, break could be on. Vidal. And it's hit forward. Cleared away from immediate danger. It's Ebra. Pogba. Ebra. Juventus with a big chance and a big miss. Well intercepted, saw the danger and got to it. Looks like a change is in order. It's a player there waiting to come on.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very late.
Looking to exploit the space. Tevez. Well played, that got them out of trouble. Switches play to the other side. The clock counting down. He's free through the middle. Here's Inler. A brilliant tackle to deny him. Hamšík. They've got a corner there. Moving forwards. It's through. And a shot here.
I think they need to be more direct now and just start getting the ball forward.
cutter. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. That's it. After much consultation with his stopwatch, the referee has blown for time. A draw played out here. No one could come up with the all-important strike. It was their finishing that let them down in the end.
Look, that's what supporters love to see. Tremendous will and spirit, crunching tackles and a real desire to attack. Nobody can feel let down by that.
The teams then, Barcelona against Real Madrid. I'm John Champion, and providing analysis alongside me is our expert Jim Beglin.
Hello John, hello everyone, it's a real pleasure to be here.
Well, you can really feel the sense of occasion here. El Clasico, one of the biggest derbies in the world. The intense rivalry between these two huge Spanish clubs makes it one of the very best. Here are the starting lineups. In goal, it's Bravo, Messi, Neymar, Luis Suarez, providing the goal-scoring threat. We're now underway. Rakitic, here's Messi, slides it through. The danger was there, he dealt with it well. James Rodriguez. Ronaldo. It's Benzema, and that is off target.
Well, he caught that one right on the meat. Cracking effort. Well, that should set them on their way and get into a nice rhythm. The early signs are very encouraging now.
Toni Kroos, Fabio Coentrao, Rakitic, Daniel Alves. Good interception, just what they needed. Toni Kroos, James Rodriguez. Ronaldo. PK puts a stop to the attack. Toni Kroos, Sergio Ramos. Fine through ball down the middle. Surely a goal. Barcelona still without any attempts on target. Bursting forward, he's onside. Real Madrid have scored, and there's the first goal of the game. Planned meticulously and finished with great aplomb.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And Real Madrid in the box seat, leading by 1 goal.
Oh, look, it's lovely having a player with such ability in your side. He's always capable of coming up with something important, and he's done it again.
Neymar, forward it goes. Well played, that got them out of trouble. Sergio Ramos. Luis Suarez. Oh, that's neat. Driven in. They've scored. And how vital might that be for Barcelona?
Suarez did so well with that interception, but what followed was a pretty lethal counter-attack that took seconds to convert. That's as sharp as it gets, believe me.
They kick off with parity restored.
Yeah, in a game like this, every chance is vital, but they're back on level terms.
The ball played into space nicely. That is wayward.
Well, he knew exactly what he wanted to do before the ball even arrived, and that made the chance far easier. He read it before any defender.
Thumps it long. An important interception. Things were starting to look dangerous. Fabio Coentrao. This goes for a throw-in. They've won a corner. He's over the ball, his teammates waiting. For the header, a goal for Barcelona. And with that, the comeback's complete. He offers such presence from set pieces.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle, but that was beautifully met, it really was.
A brace of goals for him now. Barcelona now up by a goal.
Yeah, there's such a consistency about his movement and his work rate that it's the platform for everything else he does, for all his attacking instincts, and he's just a very tidy goal scorer.
Adriano tried to play it through. It's played through. Luis Suarez. That was a good dribble and a good chance.
Well, he knew he needed a better angle to get a shot away, and I suppose at least he showed the best option. It just didn't come off.
He was close to adding to his tally there.
I think what we're looking at here is just a very special talent. Someone who can decide the outcome of a match on his own.
He tried going it alone, but without success. It's a throw-in. He's been thwarted. Messi. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger. Toni Kroos. Fabio Coentrao. Neymar plays it through. It went over the goal line, so goal kick here. Rafael Varane. Hedera. Toni Kroos. Fabio Coentrao. Messi gives away a free kick. That was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card.
Listen, this guy has got fantastic acceleration. That's blistering pace, and he's going to be on the end of a tackle or two like that.
Rakitic. It's been played long. He was well positioned, good defending there. He's bursting forward. Benzema palmed away. Can he get there? The whistle goes, and it's the end of the first half. Just one goal separates them, 2-1 on the score sheet. So the second half gets underway. Kedira. It's Bale. Bale. It's one-on-one. Benzema. He's onside here. He carved out a pretty presentable chance.
Well, everything about that was perfect apart from the execution. He could so easily have made them pay then.
Luis Suarez with the foul. A yellow card. No cause for argument there. The keeper kicks it a long way. Iniesta. No, needed a better ball there. Bale trying to keep hold of it, but it's hardly easy. Through it goes. Neymar. The referee has given a corner kick. Iniesta has teed up this corner. Away to safety. Xavi. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. James Rodriguez. It's Messi. Now it's a goal kick. Poor distribution from the keeper, that's a gift. Fabio Coentrao. Here's James Rodriguez. Messi. And the through ball is intercepted. James Rodriguez. There's space on the flank. It's on for him. Ronaldo. Ronaldo. Denied by the post. They were so nearly punished for their mistake.
Well, I think you can only praise that sort of alertness and the way he almost knew what was going to happen, and he got there really early. That was top stuff for me.
Barcelona may be thinking about substitutions now. They've still got two up their sleeve. That's clever from him. Bale is clearly someone who's brimful of confidence. Better to try and fail than not to try at all.
And at times there, it looked as if a couple of those defenders were reluctant to stick a leg out in case he went down, but it was a positive, daring run, which is always good to see.
He plays it through. Luis Suarez. Here's Benzema. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. Leaps for the header. It was a good ball in, but no goal.
It almost looked like the perfect marriage, the way the long pass was delivered so exactly into the runner's path, and it's a shame it led to nothing.
And he wasn't far off.
Well, he's certainly a player I'd be more than happy to watch. Tactically, he's almost impossible to stop.
Fabio Coentrao, Toni Kroos. Foul, a fairly easy decision for the referee. And that will see him go into the referee's notebook. It's Benzema. Benzema put some power behind that. Sergi Roberto, Rafael Varane, Toni Kroos, Sergio Ramos, Luis Suarez, he's on his way, and it's a really well-taken goal. Surely that's it, a crushing blow at this late stage.
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
What a way to complete a hat-trick.
Well, he's been the outstanding player on the pitch and devastating in front of goal. What a display, what a player.
They now lead by 2.
Well, I think that 2-goal cushion they've just manufactured is a fair reflection of what we've seen up to now. It also adds to the psychological divide between the two teams. It could make a big difference.
Well intercepted, saw the danger and got to it. Hedera, Fabio Coentrao, Sergio Ramos. Here's a shot. Oh, yet another goal. They lead by 3, and that may just about be that. A great finish in a one-on-one situation.
Well, although the keeper looked an imposing figure then, he remained totally unfazed and took the chance with great ease.
He's made it an incredible 4 in this game. They now enjoy a 3-goal lead. Toni Kroos, Rafael Varane, pumps it upfield. He's going it alone, trying to keep it in the face of strong opposition pressure. Great footwork, a determined run met by just as determined a piece of defending. And the whistle's gone, but it's for a foul. No surprise, it's a yellow card. Messi, long ball over the top, and a much needed intervention that was too. Full-time whistle within sight. Nice ball through. Fabio Coentrao, Benzema over to the right. through and still going. There'll be 4 minutes added on for stoppages. Off he goes. Messi. Luis Suarez. And he finds a bit of space here. The ball is with Messi. Onside. There it is. This game has already ceased to be a contest. Well, what can you say about that goal?
Messi is the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
They have this game in their hands now. He's won that physical contest, and with it the ball. Luis Suarez on his own, and that's it, the final whistle. You can, I think, put this down as a tactical victory. They adapted so well to cope with the opposition's changes, even if perhaps along the way they did enjoy a little luck.
Barcelona made their intentions clear that nothing else but a win would do. These games are always tough, you know.
Dortmund against Bayern Munich. I'm John Champion, and analysing this game for us is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, John. Hello, everyone. Well, I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. This could be a real cracker.
The lineups for today. So, here we go then. Goes for the volley. Well, to call that wayward would be being kind.
What an effort that was. He's done very well from that distance. Well, that should set them on their way and get into a nice rhythm. The early signs are very encouraging now.
The opposition posing a few questions, but he's able to intercept. This goes for a throw-in. The throw comes in, but he's there to steal it. Müller. Xabi Alonso. Going forward. It's over the top. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Nice little 1-2. Oh, that's delightful. Up to nod it. Off the bar. No, flags up. Just wandered offside, I think. The keeper kicks it a long way. Dortmund have started this game in a high-octane fashion.
Yeah, I think they've started in a very positive manner and look hungry for goals, and they'll need to capitalise on such a good spell now before we possibly see a reply from the opposition.
Good strength from him there.
It's never easy keeping the ball under control when the pressure's been applied like that. I think he asked too much of himself.
Robin. There's someone on the overlap. Robin.
Well, I think it was a little difficult for him to pick exactly the right option there. There were so many in the box. I don't think we should be totally surprised that he actually went for the shot in the end.
Neat ball through the middle. He's on his way. Oh, off the post. So unlucky. Cleared away to safety. And it's hoofed away. Here's a shot. Not on this occasion.
Well, he didn't really get hold of that one. It was a weak effort in the end.
No side able to force a breakthrough yet. Lewandowski showed a great desire to get to the ball, he just couldn't do much with it. And the keeper has claimed it. Knocks it forward. Down the middle it goes. Oh, he's got to it. It's been launched forward. He was well positioned, good defending there. Mats Hummels. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. If anyone's going to break the deadlock, then now would be a good time. Intercepts the pass. Plays it through, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Schweinsteiger. Alaba. Mario Götze. That'll be a throw. Robin! It's a really good try, but no goal.
Well, if he hopes to do better than that, he's got to work on his technique and his timing. The contact wasn't right there, so there wasn't much chance of success.
Alaba. Papastopoulos. Mario Götze. Whistle goes. Referee just gives the throw. Xabi Alonso. Benatia. Xabi Alonso. Alaba. Mario Götze. Clever ball. Good interception, just what they needed. It's clearly not what he was hoping for. Alaba. Oh, that's neat. The referee blows his whistle to signal half-time. It's 0-0, so nothing to separate them. Bayern Munich get the second half going. Mats Hummels with a sliding tackle. He's looking to find his front men. He plays it through. You have to admire that control. Dortmund with a big chance and a big miss. A much-needed intervention that was too. Mkhitaryan. Müller. Robin. Lewandowski. It's Robin. Played through the middle. Just the keeper to beat. A scintillating goal.
Well, this guy is just not your average footballer, alert and sharp, and while one or two others were still digesting the manager's half-time team talk, he's already delivering another lead. What a good player. When you can produce a first touch that is as good as that, you're on a winner, and it was all done with consummate ease. That's just lovely to watch, a beautiful flow.
Bayern Munich in a comfortable position, leading by 1 goal.
Oh look, it's lovely having a player with such ability in your side. He's always capable of coming up with something important, and he's done it again.
It's through. Kagawa. He hits it. Puts it away.
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen.
There's the benefit of pinpoint accuracy. The game restarts with the scores level again.
Yeah, in a game like this, every chance is vital, but they're back on level terms.
It's Robin. We're into the last half hour of the game. Dortmund. He went all the way there. Great effort.
Well, he knew he needed a better angle to get a shot away, and I suppose at least he showed the best option. It just didn't come off.
Lahm. Benatia. Dante. Alaba. Müller. Mario Götze. It went out of play. This is the last of their substitutions. On his own. Through it goes. Looking to cut inside. The cross cleared away. Mario Götze. Robin. Played in accurately. Both sides fiercely contesting the ball. Kagawa tried to play it through. It's through. Moved away in a fairly no-nonsense fashion. Schweinsteiger. It's a throw-in. Lahm. Xabi Alonso. Dante. Alaba knocks it forward. Xabi Alonso. Schweinsteiger. It's Lahm. Robin. Schweinsteiger. The danger was there, he dealt with it well. Alaba. Dante. Neat ball through the middle. And the cross dealt with. Papastopoulos. Well intercepted, saw the danger and got to it. They put plenty of effort into corners in training. Now it's a match situation. Tops it upfield. Driven in. Oh, that would have given the home support a true lift.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though.
You'd really expect a player of his quality to score there.
Yeah, he's definitely a player who looks like he can make something happen every time he's on the ball. He's just full of belief and energy. They need a bit more urgency in their play. Time is ticking away.
That's a throw. The clock counting down. Robin with the foul. Forward it goes. The goalkeeper's dealt with it. Dortmund needed in the box and quickly. Kagawa. Pierre Aubameyang, who's just scored a fine goal. Good ball right down the middle. He's going after it. Another one! Cleared away from immediate danger. There is the final whistle. The game ends in a draw, but the supporters won't be too disappointed. There was plenty of passion and plenty of intensity on display out there.
Well, how enjoyable was that? I love it when you get two teams giving it everything they've got. They held nothing back. Terrific stuff.
I'm John Champion, and providing analysis alongside me is our expert Jim Beglin.
Hi John, at this stage I think the players are just desperate to get out there, and this promises to be a terrific game.
Here are the starting lineups. In goal, it's Sirigu, Lucas Moura, Cavani, Ibrahimovic, providing the goal-scoring threat. So we're off then. Ricardo Carvalho. Looking to receive the ball, break could be on. Sirigu. And he's made sure that's not getting through. João Moutinho. Through into space it goes. He's found space. Jumps for the header. They have it again. Matuidi. Lucas Moura. Pumps it upfield. The danger was there, he dealt with it well. Toulalon. Thiago Silva. Lavezzi. Berbatov. Now there's a chance to counter. Chipped over the defence. Just the keeper to beat. Played into space out wide. Maxwell. He plays it through. Up for that one, off target, and that's putting it mildly.
He was in such a great position in front of goal, and you'd expect him to score from there, but somehow he's missed it.
He's won that physical contest, and with it the ball. Clever ball. Pretty effective defending. It's Cavani. Surely a goal. Oh, a decent effort. If you've only just joined us, you'll be relieved to know we're still goalless. Looking to play on the break. Paris Saint-Germain have got possession back. Now the through ball is intercepted. Ibrahimovic. And they escape imminent danger. Matuidi. Cuts it out. Berbatov couldn't quite get it through that.
Yeah, it looked like there that he was asking just a little too much of himself to try and thread that ball through. He was a bit over-ambitious, but I like his thinking.
Pumps it upfield. Goal in sight! He's onside! It was a good ball in, but no goal.
It almost looked like the perfect marriage, the way the long pass was delivered so exactly into the runner's path, and it's a shame it led to nothing.
So 0-0 still, but both sides have had their moments. Van der Wiel launches it high. It's cleared away from danger. Up to Nodit. Great build-up, pity about the outcome.
And it all came from very good trickery in the wider position, but quite a static defence. Was pretty fortunate to survive that little episode. It should have been much worse.
And now there's a platform for a counter-attack. Launches a low cross. Van der Wiel. He was well positioned, good defending there. Keeper kicks it a long way. Well played, that got them out of trouble. It's Cavani. No, needed a better ball there. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. That will be a goal kick. Ibrahimovic, and now Ibrahimovic, and a shot here, a marvellous goal!
But for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking.
That is simply unsavable. So we resume at 1-0.
Well, that lifts some of the pressure, but they need to maintain their work rate. It's been very good up to now.
Lavezzi. And there is half-time.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Just one goal, the difference between them. So away we go then for the second half. Lucas Moura. Van der Wiel. Slides it through. Now, surely. Lavezzi.
That was a really open one for the goalkeeper to deal with.
Berbatov. Knocks it through. Well read by Thiago Silva. Van der Wiel. Matuidi. A ball over the top. Long ball forward. And that's not getting through. Wonderful through ball over the top. Going forward. The ball's with Berbatov. Onside. They've been given a corner. And he's there to clear it. Lovely ball through. Down he goes in the box, and the referee has no choice here.
Well, he just had to make the challenge to prevent what could have been a real chance. I mean, there's nothing too malicious about it, but it's just mistimed.
He makes no mistake in drawing them level. Cool and calm as you like.
Well, the keeper certainly guessed right, but there was enough power to find the target.
So we resume with the scores back level.
Well, in a tight game like this, there was always going to be little to separate them, but he really made that count.
Looking to receive the ball, break could be on. He makes his way towards the penalty area. Thiago Motta. Lavezzi. And we've reached the hour mark. Paris Saint-Germain still not utilising their bench. Moving forwards. Cavani. He takes a shot. Goal! Paris Saint-Germain. Well, what can you say about that goal?
Yeah, I've got great admiration for the finish, but I've even more admiration for the pass that set it up. It was delicious.
Paris Saint-Germain now up by a goal. Toulon. It's Cavani. An important interception. Things were starting to look dangerous. Looking to play on the break. Cavani. And the cross is cleared. He's pretty grateful to get that clear. Van der Wiel. Space on the flank. A header this time. He gets it away.
Lavezzi can't hurt you with his back to goal, and I think if they can keep him facing in that direction, then the only thing he can do really is to just lay the ball off, and he's not really going to cause much trouble if he continues doing that, so I think they're defending him very, very well.
Van der Wiel. Cleared away. Here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, and he's blasted it. From distance, it lacked accuracy.
Well, that was worth the effort. I mean, it was a long way out, but he caught it so well.
Bursting forward.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Toulon. It's a corner. Ricardo Carvalho. Oh, that could prove costly.
Well, he won't need telling what a big chance that was. The look on his face says the lot.
Played towards the right side. Van der Wiel. Pastore. Driven in. Oh, that was a real chance to extend their lead.
Yeah, he could have made the game safe had he converted that. Such a big disappointment.
Paris Saint-Germain with a big chance and a big miss. Through ball over the top. The defence able to get it away. Talk about showing his quality. A foul, a fairly easy decision for the referee. And that will see him go into the referee's notebook. Well, some players not happy with that challenge and they're getting very involved with each other here. Forward it goes. Pastore. Clever ball. That's gone straight to the keeper. Paris Saint-Germain only have to run down the clock now. Marco Verratti gives away a free kick. That was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card. The clock counting down. Berbatov. It's Cavani. Launches it high. Here's a header. He created a great chance there.
Pastore showed superb vision and awareness there in executing such a delightful little chip that took out a whole defence to find the runner. Shame it just couldn't be finished off.
Out wide, the ball goes through, so that's it, it's all over. With only the one goal between the two sides in the end, it's been a close run thing. I feel it came down to who wanted it more in the end.
Well, some matches you just don't want to end, and that was one of them for me. You couldn't predict what was going to happen next. It was a great game.
Thanks to co-presenter Jim Beglin, that brings to a close our coverage this afternoon.